Okay, now we're going to cover adding an internal role to your workspace. I am logged in on the left-hand browser with my admin user. We can see that we have a number of groups within this workspace, an internal group with some internal and private projects, a private group, as well as a public group with public projects, internal projects, as well as private projects. On my right-hand browser, I'm not currently signed in. We will sign in with a new user and add them to different groups within my workspace. I'm not currently logged into the right-hand browser, so we do have access to those public-facing projects. We can consume any of that documentation, open API specifications, endpoints, or models that we do have in those public projects. We can invite members in two different ways. The admin could explicitly invite this user to our workspace, or you might also have users that navigate to your workspace, come to the sign-in options, and go ahead and sign up for your workspace. I'll attempt to sign up. Once a user does attempt to sign up, you will see that user on your member tab with a pending request to join. From there, you can go ahead and assign a role to them. All of the roles from viewer up through owner are considered internal roles and will have access to any internal groups. Guests will not automatically have access to any of those internal groups or projects. Guests will have to be explicitly assigned to any groups that you want them to have access to. For this walkthrough, we will go ahead and assign an internal role. In this case, I'll just choose viewer as a starting role for this user. Now that the user has signed into our workspace, because they are an internal viewer, they will automatically have access to any of our internal groups, including those internal projects 1 and 2, as well as any internal projects in, for example, our public group. So they'll also have access to this internal project as well. They will have access in a read-only mode as they are viewers in that workspace. And we can also invite them to specific private projects as well. So if we do want to invite that user to a private project, we can navigate to that project, go ahead and add our new user into that project. Once we have invited that internal member to that specific private project, that user will now have access to the private project we have explicitly granted them access to. Thank you for following along today as we discussed adding internal users to our workspace. Thank you.